Hey everyone, today we're jumping right into the core toolkit for any ethical hacker, the top 10 tools you'll find in Kali Linux. So if you're just getting started in cybersecurity, or maybe you just want a refresher on the fundamentals, these are the tools you've absolutely got to know. Let's get into it.
So you're looking at a network, a system, a website. Where do you even begin? What are the absolute must-haves you should reach for to test it and make it secure? Well, that's exactly what we're about to answer as we kick off our countdown, starting with number 10.
All right, kicking off our list at number 10 is Nmap. You can think of this as your digital map maker. Before you explore any new territory, you need a map, and in the digital world, Nmap is what creates it for you.
So, how does it work? Well, Nmap basically sends out little feelers across the network to see who's home. It finds all the devices, checks for open digital doors, we call them ports, and even peeks inside to see what services are running. This whole process is called reconnaissance, and it's always step one. You can't secure a building if you don't know where the doors and windows are, right?
Coming in at number 9, we have Wireshark. Now, if Nmap gives you the map of the building, Wireshark lets you listen in on all the conversations happening inside. It's a packet analyzer, which means it grabs and inspects network traffic as it's happening in real time.
And this is where things get really cool. Wireshark basically makes the invisible visible. It lets you see the raw data packets flying back and forth between computers. This is incredibly useful for figuring out network problems, spotting weird activity, or even just satisfying your curiosity about how your favorite apps are talking in the background.
At number 8, we have Hydra. And this thing is a beast. It's a super fast tool built for one main purpose, testing how strong passwords are by trying to guess them very, very quickly.
Hydra automates what we call a brute force attack. It just throws list after list of potential passwords at a login page until one works. Now, to be super clear, in ethical hacking, you're not using this to break in. You're using it to find those dangerously weak passwords. You know, password 123, so they can be fixed before a real attacker finds them.
All right, on to number 7. Let's talk about wireless. This is Aircrack-ng. If you're dealing with Wi-Fi security, this is the all-in-one Swiss Army knife you're going to want in your pocket.
Aircrack-ng is designed specifically to put Wi-Fi networks to the test. It can capture the data flying through the air, analyze it, and then try to crack the network password. It's an essential tool for any security audit to make sure a wireless network isn't just an open door for anybody to walk through.
Our next tool, well, it's so important and so powerful that it's earned itself a pretty serious title. It's often called the king of penetration testing tools.
And that king is the Metasploit framework. This isn't just a single tool, it's a massive platform. Think of it like a giant library that's packed with known vulnerabilities and the exact code you need to test for them.
And that's what makes it so incredibly powerful. Metasploit provides a huge collection of prepackaged exploits. This lets security pros go beyond just theory and actually simulate real-world attacks in a safe environment. It's how you prove that a vulnerability isn't just a maybe, it's a right now kind of problem.
Hitting our number 5 spot, we're shifting our focus over to the web with Burp Suite. If you're doing any kind of web application security testing, this tool isn't just recommended, it's an absolute must-have.
So Burp Suite works by acting as a person in the middle. It sits right between your web browser and the server. It intercepts all the traffic, which lets you pause, inspect, and even change the requests being sent back and forth. This gives you total control to poke around and find security flaws that would be completely hidden otherwise.
Next up, at number 4, we have SQLmap. This is a highly specialized tool. It focuses on one of the most critical and common web vulnerabilities out there, SQL injection. And its job is to automate the entire process of finding and exploiting these flaws.
And that's the crucial point. SQLmap can take a process that might take a person hours of painstaking work and boil it down to just a few minutes. It automatically finds those database vulnerabilities and can even demonstrate the impact by pulling out data, which really shows how serious the problem is.
For our number 3 spot, we have another password cracker, but this one is a true classic. Meet John the Ripper. It's legendary in the community for its incredible speed and its versatility. Now, unlike Hydra, which attacks a live login page, John the Ripper works offline. It's designed to crack password hashes. Those are the scrambled-up versions of passwords that systems store for security. If an attacker ever gets a file full of those hashes, this is the tool they'd use to try and figure out the original passwords.
And this breaks down that difference perfectly.
Hydra is for online attacks against a live service, which is usually slower because you're limited by the network. John the Ripper is for offline attacks, working on a file of hashes. It's just you and your computer's power, which makes it way, way faster.
Our runner-up at number 2 is Nikto. Now, we talked about Burp Suite for testing a web application, but Nikto is for testing the web server that the application runs on. It's a different, but equally important target.
Think of Nikto as an automated security auditor for your web server. It runs through a huge checklist of over 6,000 potentially dangerous files, checks for outdated software, and spots common configuration mistakes that can leave a server wide open to attack.
And finally, our number 1 tool might actually surprise you. It's not an attack tool at all. It's the Tor Browser, and it's absolutely essential for one critical thing: anonymity.
So why is this number 1? Simple. Because before you conduct any security tests, the most important first step is to protect yourself and your privacy. Tor creates a safe and anonymous environment by hiding your real IP address, routing your traffic through a volunteer network of servers all over the world. In this field, safety and ethics always come first.
So let's do a quick recap. We've covered tools for network recon, traffic analysis, password cracking, system exploitation, web and database testing, and of course, anonymity. When you put all these together, you have a powerful and really comprehensive toolkit to get started with.
So now you know the tools, but knowing about a hammer doesn't make you a carpenter. The real question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Are you going to use it to build stronger, more secure systems? To protect the digital world we all depend on? That's the real challenge, and the choice is yours.